Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here. Welcome back to Union Cross. We're going to be talking about the JP update that they just got. They got a new banner. They're celebrating Global's anniversary along with us. So we'll most likely see these medals coming out. It's 3 new medals, actually 5 in total, 6 including VIP, so more than I'm saying. But the 3 main medals in this banner I'm going to talk about are key art number 20, Master Xehanort, and Marluxia, both Supernova medals that become Supernova Plus if you have the Meow Wows. So I'm going to go over each one, talk about the banner a little bit because Global's banner might be different, and most of the time it is different. But the main focus here is just talking about the medals and how they compare. But for this video, I'm actually going to break it down a little bit more. I'm going to show you guys all the current Supernova medals and Supernova Plus medals to show you where these rank. Because if a medal's not Supernova, it's pretty much not doing its job anymore, especially when you do high tier Coliseum or if they come with a new level of enemy. The medal with Supernova is usually the best choice. Minus traits, obviously, but that's a whole different story. So let's just jump in and let's look at the banners themselves. We got 2 banners, one for VIP and one for non-VIP. Both of them have a mercy pull, so that's really cool to see in JP. Hopefully that carries over to Global. It looks like they're taking back our feedback to at least give us a 10 mercy pull in the normal banner and a 5 mercy pull for VIP. It seems reasonable, and it is. It's better than no mercy pull at all. This should be just permanent, and once in a while throw in a 5 mercy for the free to play players or just general players altogether. So this is a thing which is really nice. So if you ever want to save it for a medal, it's 30,000 jewels for guaranteed if it continues from this point, but that's besides everything else. For now, let's look at the banner itself. Between the 2 banners, the only difference is the 5 to 10 mercy pull. The normal banner gives you a magic broom, where the VIP banner gives you the actual Fantasia Mickey B. You also got 4 Kingdom Hearts 3 medals per pull, guaranteed to be a 6 or 7 star. And of course, in 5 pulls, you might get one of these medals on VIP. So that's a little bit of difference right there. For the medals themselves, I'm going to go to cookstracker.com for medal descriptions and everything. Thank you, Roboloid, for the translations. It means a lot to help out the community this much, man. You're always on top of it, and you do an amazing, amazing job. All right, so for the medals, we're going to start off with key art number 20, which is Sora in the chair there, upright magic medal. It is on par with Final Fantasy Record Keeper Sephiroth and Lightning. It's actually the strongest AoE medal we have in the game currently, sitting at a multiplier 7-star maxed out at 48.68. Just a little bit stronger than Final Fantasy Record Keeper Sephiroth. It's got no conditions. It deals 3 powerful hits, just deals 3 hits. So it is just straight power. You can put it anywhere on the Keyblade, making it better than Lightning and Sephiroth from Final Fantasy Record Keeper event. And not only that, on top of it, if you look at key art number 20, if you scroll down over here, you can see that Master Xehanort and Marluxia come with a strength of 20,000. But key art number 20 comes with 25,000 strength, 5,000 more strength than the other Supernova medals. So not only is he the best AoE multiplier, he's got 5,000 more strength than every other medal in the game without traits. This makes this medal incredible compared to everything else. Even with the multiplier not being as high as Marluxia and Master Xehanort, like I'm going to talk about in a second, that extra 5,000 strength, guys, that's going to break a lot of things, and it's actually going to help with a lot of things as well. If future medals come out with that extra strength, those level 5,000 enemies are not going to seem as bad as they have been this whole entire time, which makes them a very powerful medal. You can put this on the fairy stars, the starlight, including lightning and including Sephiroth, to do a lot of damage for AoE groups. This is just going to kill it. Like my Sephiroth and my lightning right now made my free to play account and my main account to be in top 500 alone, just because of how powerful their AoE abilities are. This medal is incredible. Definitely don't sleep on it if you do get it. The traits are always going to be negative 60s on there. Once you have that on there, everything else is just gravy. Extra attack plus 1,000, it's good. But most of the medals these days need negative 60 traits. Once you do that, this medal is going to destroy everything. So it's really good to see another one of these medals come in. We have speed, we have power, and now we have magic. Yeah, they're all different. There's 1 reverse, 2 upright, but we have the 3 attribute now, which is really good, especially because of the fairy stars and the starlight like I was talking about. So I really like this medal. The Supernova with Meow Wow does a 200 multiplier, and it gives 250% guild to all medals, including itself. It honestly doesn't even need to have buffs or debuffs, just that amount of strength without any conditions. It doesn't have to be on the end of the Keyblade. It can be anywhere on the Keyblade, and you got maximum damage. So you can always use your Supernova Kairi or Xion to buff him if he's in the first slot. No problem at all right there. So really good AoE medal. Next, we're going to move on to Supernova Master Xehanort. Now, this guy is actually pretty good. His multiplier for AoE, because he does more damage with one target. So for AoE, when there's multiple enemies, he's got a multiplier of 44.84, which is a great AoE multiplier for a reverse power medal. Then a single target, remember these are the Supernova medals, is 55.44. He is rocking second place maximum damage in the game for current Supernova Plus medals, because these guys can be Supernova Plus. So besides that, he gives you 15 reverse, he gives you 15 general strength, 10 power strength upwards, and then for defense down on the enemy, he gives you 10 reverse defense down with, 15 reverse defense down with 15 power defense down. So perfect buffs and debuffs when it comes to reverse and power. You're just missing general defense down, and you're missing 5 strength for power, but his Supernova gives you power attack plus 10, along with reverse. And then he's got a guilt multiplier increase of 250% when he's Supernova Plus, and a 200 multiplier for that AoE hit of Supernova. So he's a very good medal as well. I also forgot to mention that for key art number 20, he doesn't have the ability to ignore enemies' counters. So red counters, blue counters, he's going to actually affect them. Where Master Xehanort here is not going to affect the enemy's counters. So he's just going to ignore them, not add, not minus, which is really good for Master Xehanort. But we're going to jump into the final medal now, which is Supernova Kingdom Hearts 3 Marluxia. And this guy is literally death. So he's got the biggest multiplier in the game. We're going to start off his multiplier, 7-star, maxed out. He has a multiplier between 47.12, single target medal, to 73. That is incredibly high for medals. 73. There's a catch though. He has a 30% chance of actually activating that 73 multiplier. But the game's built on chance, and when you get medals like this, like Luxord we had before, if that 73 hits, that could be the difference from winning and losing. He only deals 1 hit, so he's not going to do like, oh, a bunch of hits, one of them are going to be set. No, he has 1 hit. If that hit is going to be either 47 or 73, and 47 is actually a really good multiplier for single target. Though Master Xehanort we just talked about has a 55 guarantee multiplier. You've got other medals that are going to be coming out once they're Supernova Plus, like the TVA medals, Terra Ventus Aqua, and the TVA itself. Those medals are at 59 and 65 guaranteed. So you've got to look at it that way as well. But 73, if it goes off, that's incredible, because this is a Supernova Plus medal. Plenty of strength, Chippendales up to 3,000. But besides that, that incredible part right there, he does buffs and debuffs, just like Master Xehanort, but he does for reverse and speed, not reverse and power. So 15 reverse, 15 general strength, 10 speed. For the enemy defense down is reverse 15 and speed 15 down, including the Supernova with an activation of Meow Wows on it for Supernova Plus. He's going to give you guilt increase of 250% and 200 multiplier for that, along with buffs of reverse and speed plus 10, just like Master Xehanort, but the speed version. Makes you think that there's going to be a magic version of reverse. Anyways, that is the 3 new medals that came out that are just incredible. You have a chance of getting one of these in 5 Mercy for VIP and a 10 Mercy for non-VIP. There's also 2 other medals down here I'm going to cover really quickly, but then I'm going to go compare everything together in cookstracker.com from all the Supernova medals we currently have and where these guys fit, and also just a little heads up. So quickly on Rapunzel and the mother, Gothel, I think that's how you say her name. I always get her name wrong. But anyways, between the 2 new Rapunzel and the mother, they're both tier 8 medals. They're both AoE. Rapunzel herself has a multiplier of 36, lower multiplier being 23.35. She's meant to be a buffer. For 1 turn, she's going to override general and power attack to plus 15, and she overrides the enemy's power defense to -10. Damage increase to higher HP. She has 7 hits, doesn't ignore enemies' counters, so it's one of those medals like if it has counters, you can't really use her as a buffer. Her super burst requires evolution for Meow Wows, and it's got a multiplier of 140, which is really nice. For 1 turn, greatly restores HP, 10 gauges, and in PvP it activates on slot 5. For the mother, Gothel, it's tier 8 I don't know why I tried to attempt that. Reverse magic, multiplier of 28.18 to 36 at a 7-star. For 2 turns, is going to buff your general and magic attack by 10 tiers and debuffs enemies' magic defense by 10 tiers. Increases the lower the slot number. And then you've got an AoE multiplier for super burst. Once you use Meowells, 140. And the buffs are reverse general attack by 5 tiers, slot 5 in PvP. So quickly, those 2 medals, if you get them, nothing incredible. If you're missing some buffers, you don't have Kai or Xehanort, you can use it. Just know the limitation that they don't ignore enemies' counters, so be ready for that. But let's jump into cookstracker.com and let's talk about where these medals sit, the 3 new powerful tier 9 medals that just hit. Alright, so we're going to start off with just showing you the Supernova medals and plus medals that are currently in the game, from the highest multiplier to the least multiplier when facing a single enemy. So as you can see here, Sephiroth's AoE, doesn't matter what he faces, he's always 48.53, being the strongest medal in the game. Along with KR19, you've got Riku, Sephiroth, so on and so on. As you guys can see, you go downwards. This is with the 0% increase from the guild buffs from these medals, because if you activate Supernova, medals get a guild buff from 200 to 260% depending on the medal. But right now, we're just looking at these medals. So when you bring in that new key art number 20, the upright magic Sora medal, it's going to sit in the front of all these medals for damage of AoE. So I'm going to switch everything to an AoE right now, and we're going to put all the 7 stars, and we're going to make sure that we're facing a group of enemies. So AoE wise, Sora is going to sit here, Sephiroth, and Lightning. So if you have those 3 medals, you have all 3 attributes being the strongest AoE attacking medals in the game, dropping down to 42, 39, 39, 39, and then 35 and lower. Sephiroth having an AoE multiplier of 31.48. So he's good for single target, not that great for AoE. So AoE wise, that upright magic medal is incredible, and it fits right over here. Do you need if you have Lightning and Sephiroth already? No, but it never hurts to have more power. So if you do have perfect traits on these 2 medals and you want to get a 3rd medal for perfect traits, you can put that KR20 anywhere. So for Master Xehanort now, Master Xehanort is a 2-split. He's either single target damage or AoE damage. So looking at AoE damage, he's actually 4th place when you put in key art number 20. He's going to sit right before Lightning, but after Vanitas over here, making him a very good AoE multiplier, even though he has a condition, but he can be a single target medal as well. So if we change this, take away the AoE multiplier and make single target enemies, so for single target, he's got a 55 multiplier. He's going to be better than everything on this list except for Marluxia's critical chance. But besides that, he's going to sit ahead of the game. So he's got 3rd or 4th place for AoE, and he's got 1st place, 2nd place for single target enemy, which is really good. So he's not a bad medal either. All 3 of these medals are great. I just want to give you a visual where they sit. Now we got Marluxia himself with the multiplier that he has between the 2. We're going to look at just single target because that's all he is. So again, the 73 is obvious. Obviously, he's going to be on the top of the list being 73. But for his first multiplier 47, 47.12, he is going to sit right after Buzz. So he's right before Lightning, not by much. So he's on par with Lightning, he's on par with Sephiroth with his first multiplier, making him the best medal for single target, for PvP, and so on. Especially if that 30% goes off. If it doesn't, then having consistent damage from a Keyblade of just Master Xehanort will give you more damage, because 55 multiplier, 55 multiplier, 55, it's going to give you more consistent damage. But if Marluxia goes off once, you already have a huge damage increase. So all these medals are really cool, but I want to show you one more thing. So when we take all of this and we add in 200, and we're going to do 250% guilt from Marluxia, Master Xehanort, Sephiroth. Sephiroth does 260%, the Final Fantasy Record Keeper one, but Lightning does 250. Not everyone has Sephiroth, so we're going to do 250%. When we do that, and we look at single target enemies, you're going to see that key art number 19 is in the top of the list once you increase it. Going along with Riku, Sephiroth, Buzz, Maleficent, Pete, Woody, and then it comes down here for Lightning and Sephiroth. But again, these are supposed to be meant for AoE and everything. So they're not supposed to be number 1 for single target. They were for a little bit, but that doesn't matter. That's exactly where key art number 20 is going to sit, right over here. but he won't be better than these Kingdom Hearts 3 medals currently. And if you add that 260% guilt to Marluxia's first multiplier when he doesn't have that 30% crit is 78.12 with 250% guilt, putting him right before Lightning and after all of these medals over here. So he's going to sit beautifully before Lightning and after Ansem the Wise. So he is still very powerful at his lowest multiplier, and his highest multiplier with 250% guilt is 121, just skyrocketing everything else around it, no problem. Then we're gonna go to the Marluxia, Master Xehanort. Master Xehanort's first multiplier with the 250% guilt is 74.34. Again, just sitting right over here after and before the Ansems. So you're going to get a lot of damage coming from Master Xehanort at his lowest with a group of enemies for AoE, and then single target he's going to be at 91.92, which you can see KR 1983. Well, that's a whole 8 difference on top of it, almost 8. 91.92. That's incredible. But keep this in consideration. If you guys pulled for the TVA medals, Terra, Ventus, Aqua, and just TVA on itself, if I keep that 250% guilt and we go back to the single target medals, TVA 108.49. Yes, Marluxia's at 121. It's a big difference. It's a 13 multiplier almost difference, but 108.49 is better than the current Master Xehanort I just talked about, and 98.03 is better than Master Xehanort. So keep that in consideration. These medals are incredibly strong when you look at their AoE multiplier, because that's their single target. So if I change it just to AoE medals and we put it back there, you're going to see the TVA medals at the 250% guilt are going to sit at 69.55 AoE. So there is a difference in the AoE for Master Xehanort. He is winning, but when you look at the single target damage for just the one single enemy, then the TVA medals are stronger. So the Master Xehanort can do better in both situations of a longer quest that has multiple enemies, but if you want pure single target damage, once Supernova Plus is activated on these medals, they're going to take over again. Sad that they're sleeping right now, but that is there. So this whole entire banner, the 2 key things to get off this is definitely going to be the key art number 20, and the other one's going to be Marluxia. Master Xehanort, yeah, he works. If you don't have TVA medals, definitely works. He does have a really good AoE multiplier and single multiplier, better than the current Sephiroth in the game. So he is a replacement for anyone that didn't get Final Fantasy Record Keeper Sephiroth. So it doesn't matter which ones you get out of this. Me personally, key art number 20, and then for RNG, Marluxia, then Master Xehanort. That's just me though. If you get all 3 and you get good traits, you're good. If you've been saving up and skipping all the banners, you're good. But once those TVA medals kick in, they're going to be very powerful as well. So if you're someone who has TVA and Final Fantasy Record Keeper, you can skip out. Key art number 20 would be the biggest increase here, along with Marluxia. But it's like, it's iffy, because Anniversary could just be the beginning of the more powerful medals. But that's pretty much everything, guys. It's up to you from this point what you want to do. Are your TVA medals really good? Is your is your Final Fantasy Record Keeper medals good? Do you got really good traits on your Key Art 19, Sephiroth, the Riku medal? Do you already have good traits on those Supernovas? If the answer is yes, you can kind of keep saving and skipping. These do have more power, but it depends on which one you're looking at and what circumstance, single target, AoE, so on. But that extra 5,000 straight on key art number 20 looks really, really nice right now. Like I told you, I'm top 500, probably going to make top 1,000 once I get kicked out a little bit with just Sephiroth alone. And on my free-to-play account, Sephiroth and Lightning, because my sub slots are a little bit lower. So with that key art 20 there, having 3 medals doing all that damage, let me know what you guys are going to do down below. Are you going to be polling, skipping? This is the beginning of the anniversary. Anniversary's official date is April 7th. So kind of hold on those jewels. These banners are here for quite a while. See what's going on and then choose out the out there from everything out there. And don't forget, you also need skills from avatar boards. So make sure you grab your skills, guys. But that is everything. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.